Hello my dear students, welcome back to all of you. So in last couple of videos I discussed about the mitosis, then I discussed about the cytokinesis and importance of mitosis. Now today we are going to start the next topic, that is meiosis. Okay. So before we actually start meiosis, or we can say before we actually start the process of meiosis, you should have a brief idea of the entire process of the meiosis, means how the meiosis is going to be. Okay, and we'll make a comparison also between the mitosis and the meiosis. Okay, so if you remember, mitosis, I told you, it was called as equational division. Why it was called as equational division? Because the number of chromosomes remained same in the parent cell as well as daughter cell. But here in the case of meiosis, it is called as reductional division. Meiosis is called as reductional division. It is called as reductional division. What is the reason behind that? Why it is called a reductional division? Reason is that here the daughter cells which will be formed at the end of meiosis, in them the number of chromosomes will be reduced to half. In the case of meiosis, the number of chromosomes in the daughter cells will be reduced to half. That's why it is called as reductional division, whereas mitosis was called as the equational division. Clear? Then one more question I want to ask you, that mitosis may take place in which type of cell? Which type of cell means whether mitosis can take place in haploid cell or diploid cell or both. I think all of you know that mitosis may take place in both of them. Means mitosis can take place in haploid cell as well as diploid cell. Obviously, if the diploid cell is undergoing for the mitosis, okay, it will form diploid cell. Whereas if a haploid cell is undergoing for the mitosis, it will form the haploid cell. There will be no change in the number of the chromosome. That I think all of you know. But what about this meiosis? Do you think that meiosis can take place in all the types of cells? Haploid cell as well as diploid cell? No. Meiosis, it is take place only in a specialized diploid cell. This meiosis take place in a specialized diploid cell in our body, and that specialized diploid cell they are called as germ cell. They are called as what? Germ cell. Means we can say this meiosis take place in a specialized diploid cell which are called as germ cell. Then you may ask the question, where is that germ cell present in organism? Where is that germ cell is present in the organism? That organism can be human or any plant, whatsoever it can be. Means the organisms which undergo for the sexual reproduction, because this meiosis usually it is observed in those cells only which are undergoing sexual reproduction. Okay, what is the reason behind that? That also we'll see in this discussion, why meiosis take place only in those organisms which undergo for the sexual reproduction. Usually the organisms which are reproducing by asexual reproduction, in them mitosis take place. Okay, but usually the organisms which are reproducing by the sexual reproduction, in them meiosis take place. Clear? So again question to repeat, where is that specialized diploid cell that we are saying germ cell? It is present in the living organism. So this specialized diploid cell that we are saying germ cell, or in some books you may find it is also called as reproductive cells. They are also called as reproductive cells. Okay, but more famous term is germ cell. Where is these germ cells or the reproductive cells are found in the organisms? So they are found in the reproductive organs. Okay, means we can say this meiosis will only take place in the reproductive organs of the organism, not in the complete body. Whereas the mitosis, you can see, it was occurring mainly in the somatic cells. Wherever the body cells are there, somatic cells are there, they will multiply by the mitosis. But what happened in the case of meiosis? This will occur only in the germ cells, and these germ cells are present in the reproductive organs of the living organisms. Okay. For example, if I say this may take place in the testis in the male body, ovary in the female body in the case of human. In the case of flowering plants, it can occur in the flowers only. It can occur in the flowers only. That flowers I will discuss mainly in the androecium part and gynoecium part. Androecium is the male reproductive part of flower. In that part, the meiosis may take place, and gynoecium is the female reproductive part of the flower where the meiosis may take place. So first thing should be clear to you that mitosis was equational division, meiosis is reductional division. Mitosis may take place in haploid cell as well as diploid cell. Meiosis take place only in the diploid cell. Clear? Then some more points you should know. At the end of mitosis, you know, from one parent cell, two daughter cells were formed. From one parent cell, two genetically identical daughter cells are formed, we can say. From one parent cell, two genetically identical daughter cells are formed. But same is not going to take place in the case of meiosis. In meiosis, result will change. Result will be different. In the case of meiosis, there will be two sequential division of nucleus and cytoplasm. There will be two sequential division. In the case of mitosis, we have seen only single division of nucleus and single division of cytoplasm took place. As a result of that, two daughter cells were formed from the parent cell. But in the case of meiosis, there will be two sequential division of nuclear division and cytoplasm division. Okay, that's why meiosis will occur in two steps. Okay, usually meiosis will occur in two steps. Okay, meiosis first and meiosis second. Meiosis second, and in each of the meiosis first, there will be a division of nucleus and cytoplasm. Similarly, in the case of meiosis second also, there will be division of the nucleus as well as cytoplasm. Means we can say, if you represent this in the form of diagram, this will be meiosis 1. This will be meiosis 1, and when they will undergo for the further division, so from each daughter cell, two more cells will be formed, and as a result, at the end of meiosis, because this will be meiosis second, and as a result of meiosis, four daughter haploid cells will be formed. Just to compare between the mitosis and meiosis. In the case of mitosis, identical cells were formed. Means if a diploid cell is undergoing for the mitosis, it resulted in the formation of a diploid cell. If a haploid cell undergone for the mitosis, it has resulted in the formation of a haploid cell. But here in the case of meiosis, same will not be the condition. Clear? One parent cell has undergone for the meiosis. At the end of meiosis, you can see four daughter cells are formed. Obviously, this cell should be diploid. I told you this is the prerequisite for the meiosis, that the parent cell should be diploid. Then these daughter cells which are formed, they will be haploid. That's why it is nothing but the reduction division, because in the case of diploid, you know, the chromosomes are present in the form of pair, whereas in the case of haploid cells, the chromosomes are not present in the form of pairs. Means the number of chromosomes will be reduced to half. For example, this germ cell, if this germ cell is present in the testis, it will have 23 pair of chromosome. 23 pair means how much? 46 chromosome. But when this gametes will be formed, or we can say when this daughter cells will be formed after the meiosis, they will have only 23 chromosome. Only 23, don't say 23 pair, they will have only 23 chromosome. Clear? One more difference will be there actually. The daughter cells which are formed in the mitosis and the daughter cells which are formed in the meiosis. In the case of mitosis, the daughter cells which are formed, they were genetically identical. They were genetically identical. But here the daughter cells which are formed at the end of meiosis, they are genetically dissimilar. They are genetically dissimilar means they will have different genetic composition. They will have different genetic composition. Why? Because in meiosis, one specialized event will take place. In meiosis, one specialized event will take place, and that specialized event you should know, that is called as crossing over. That specialized event is called crossing over. And to perform the, what is the meaning of crossing over, that we will see in the coming discussion, that what is the meaning of this crossing over, that we will see. But in order to perform this function, in order to perform the crossing over, the chromosomes have to pair up. Means there will be pairing of the chromosome, and that pairing of the chromosome is called as synapsis. That is called as what? Synapsis. So basically what will happen in the synapsis, the diploid cell, you know, in the case of diploid cell, they will have the chromosomes in the form of pair. The diploid cell will arrange their chromosomes in the form of pair. For example, you know that in our body we have the 46 chromosomes in the form of 23 pair. Means there will be 23 set of chromosome. There will be 23 set of chromosome which will be present in the form of pair. Which will be present in the form of pair. So what happened when the meiosis will take place? The pairing of the chromosome will take place, and that pair they are called as homologous pair. That pair they are called as homologous pair. So what is homologous pair? They are nothing but the pair of chromosomes which are of same shape. Their shape should be same, their size should be same, and they should possess similar types of genes. They should possess similar types of genes. Means they should bear same genes at the same loci. Here one word I am using, loci. Loci means position. Okay. So they are nothing but the homologous pair. So homologous pair are the pair of chromosomes which are of same shape, same size, and bear same gene at the same loci. Clear? Means we can say in our body, when the meiosis takes place, there will be one pair of one chromosome. Means the chromosomes will be present in the form of pair. Clear? And that pairing of the chromosome is called as what? Synapsis. That pairing of the chromosome is called as synapsis. That such phenomena, means we can say synapsis or crossing over, this was absent in the case of mitosis. But here what will happen? When the chromosome will become pair with each other, then after the pairing, they will exchange some segments of DNA, or we can say they will exchange some segments of the genetic material. And that exchange of the genetic material between non-sister chromatids. What is the meaning of non-sister chromatids? That also we will see in the coming discussion. So the exchange of genetic material, or we can say the exchange of DNA between the non-sister chromatids of a homologous pair is called as what? Crossing over. Means we can say as a result of crossing over, what will happen? There will be exchange of DNA. Therefore, when the exchange of DNA will take place, the daughter cells which will be formed at the end of meiosis, they will be genetically dissimilar. Clear? So this is how you can see these are the some point of difference on the basis of which we can differentiate between the mitosis and the meiosis. Okay. So a small heading I will write here. Scheme of meiosis, how the meiosis will take place. scheme of meiosis. Even though I told you in the case of meiosis there will be two sequential division of the nucleus and cytoplasm division, but my question is how many times the DNA replication will take place? Very important, the DNA replication will occur only once. Before the starting of the meiosis, or we can say before the starting of the meiosis first, because initially the meiosis will start by the meiosis first only. So before the starting of the meiosis division, there will be replication of the DNA, means in the interphase stage. In the interphase stage, there will be duplication of the DNA. So DNA replication will occur only once. Don't think that after one meiosis division again the DNA replication will take place. No, DNA replication will not take place. DNA replication will occur only once before the start of the meiosis during the interphase stage. So in the scheme of meiosis, first interphase will be there, and in this interphase stage the cell will prepare for the meiosis. This after the interphase there will be meiosis first. Meiosis first. And this meiosis first, they are further classified into 4 subphases. Same, prophase first. In mitosis, you remember in the question if they are asking simply of prophase, then that question will be of mitosis. But if they are asking prophase first, means that if they are using first and second, then that question will be of meiosis. So prophase first, metaphase first, anaphase first, and telophase first. Then what happened? After this meiosis first, the cell starts meiosis second. But there is a small time gap. There is a small time gap between the meiosis first and meiosis second. That is called as interkinesis. That is called as what? Interkinesis. But remember, it is interkinesis. In this interkinesis, there will be no duplication of DNA. Don't compare it as the interphase. No. This is a small time gap only between the meiosis first and the meiosis second. So this is meiosis second, and this meiosis second will be again into 4 subphases. Prophase second, metaphase second, anaphase second, and telophase second. So this is the complete scheme of the meiosis. Means it will start from the interphase, then meiosis first, then meiosis second, and between the meiosis first and the meiosis second there is small time gap, that is called as interkinesis. This we have already studied. Interphase we have already studied, like G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase. That will be same in the meiosis also. Means ultimately we have to start what? Meiosis first. And in meiosis first, we have to start from prophase first. And this prophase first will start from the next video, because it is very much elaborate as compared to the prophase, normal prophase of mitosis. This is very much elaborate and very much different phenomena, and that will start in the next video. So hope this scheme of meiosis and difference between mitosis and meiosis should be clear to you. Okay, so prophase first will start in the next video. Thank you.